Hi there. Well, it seems that summer is finally here. I'm quite pleased about that. I'm going out in the garden. I'm growing some tomatoes and some other vegetables in my little garden there. So I'm quite happy about that. This video is a bit late this week because I was quite busy. Last weekend I had a birthday, so I had the kids around and we were sort of like doing other things as well. So, but anyway, I got around to it. So here we are. Today, we're going to talk about my numbers from previous Sunday. I'm also going to talk about getting back on track. Last weekend, sort of previous to that, I hadn't lost any weight at all. So my numbers had got better. So my body composition was better, but not really much beyond that. I'm going to talk a bit about side effects, getting my new prescription pens and how I have adjusted my final goal after losing 7 kilos or 15 pounds almost. So here goes. So side effects. I've got nothing really much to report. I've been getting a bit hungry recently. I've sort of put that down to not having enough of the Mounjaro in my body. But I am sort of like trying to keep it as low as possible. I'm actually getting a bit better today. So I sort of like forgot about breakfast, obviously, and lunch. It is now 12:30 in the afternoon, and I've forced myself to have an apple because I need to eat something, but I'm not really that hungry, so that's quite good as well. Last week, my body composition was much improved, and again, I have looked at that because my numbers, or so as far as going down in weight, hadn't moved at all. So though my fat percentage and my muscle percentage, my water percentage, my body fat rate or whatever they call it, had sort of improved quite a bit. I hadn't really seen any movement on the scales as far as weight is concerned. So I've had a look at that, and basically I'm thinking it was an anomaly. But it has improved this week, and in fact this week I lost 1 kilo exactly, or 2.2 pounds, which means that in the past 7 and a bit weeks I've lost about 7 kilos, which is about 15 pounds or just over a stone. So for 7 weeks that actually is the top end of where I'm hoping to be as far as my average is concerned, which is losing between half a kilo and a kilo, or 1 to 2 pounds per week. So I'm really sort of quite happy with that. I've not really seen sort of much effects, as I said, in that at all. But I have actually seen my sort of like my body, and after losing 7 kilos, I really can't see that much change in the way I look, although I do feel a bit better and healthier, and I'm sort of like able to sort of do more, but I haven't actually seen that much change. So whereas I was thinking of losing around about sort of like 10 to 15% of my body weight, now I've upped that to 20% of my body weight, which is about 20 kilos. So I've got about 13 kilos left to go, and hopefully that will be realistic, and I'll be able to lose that in a few months, I suppose. But you know, that's what I need. I mean, you know, according to the BMI tables and all sorts of softwares, I need to weigh about 84 kilos, which is not very realistic. But if I get down to about 90-ish, or a 90 and a bit, and keep it there, then I'll be happy. Now I have been taking 3 milligrams for the past 2 times. So every 5 days I've been taking 3 milligrams, sorry, out of a 5 milligram pen. So that's 36 units or 36 clicks. And today I have in the fridge my new pens, which I received a couple of days ago, and they are for 7.5 and 10 milligrams, and I'm going to keep them in the fridge until I need them. I have now stopped using needles that were supplied with the pens completely, and I'm using insulin syringes in order to take the liquid out of the quick pen and then inject it into myself. I'm trying to do that because basically if I've got, let's say, a 7.5 or a 10 milligram pen, and I'm only going to be using like 3 to 5 milligrams, depending on exactly how I feel when I get around to it, then it's going to be lasting me for a bit longer, and therefore I want to slow down or stop contamination or risk of contamination by using the pens that or the syringes and the needles that were given, which has a chance of actually sort of like putting my body fluids back into the quick pens. So I'm going to be doing a separate video about that and how I actually sort of like take the stuff, the materials out of the quick pen, put it into a syringe and then inject it to myself. So anyway, overall, quite a good result this week. I'm quite happy with myself and with how I'm doing, and I'm sort of like trying to keep as positive as possible, especially now that the summer's here and it's nice and sunny outside and warm. So have a nice day, have a nice weekend, keep on positive and keep on trying and losing weight, and good luck. Cheers. Bye.